guidance.
This one go help you when one may God show you.
Number 5, pray with all humility of heart and singleness of mind.
Humble yourself as you dey pray.
When you are praying, get single mind.
Get one mind.
Humble heart.
Humble yourself.
James chapter 5. Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
I'm reading from verse 5.
I read verse 5.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God.
Anyone who no get sense may ask me.
If you lack wisdom to make right choice in decision, ask wisdom from God.
If you no get sense to make that right decision, ask God.
He said, God gives to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to that person.
It will give to all man.
But verse 6 said, but let him ask in faith.
You for ask and you get
nothing wavering.
Nothing
for he that wavered is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
You not believe you will go up and down.
He said, let not that man think he shall receive anything from the Lord.
May not think say go get anything from
a
God.
Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
When you mind double, you not stable.
So when you are asking God to give you direction,
when they ask God for me show you,
give you guidance,
for me guide you,
don't be double-minded.
No, they go up and
you
down.
Are thinking you are this way.
You up and down.
You must be single-minded.
You need forget one mind.
Focus. Say, God, my heart is fixed.
Say, God, me I don't fix.
I am single-minded.
I don't put me one mind.
Humble yourself before the Lord.
Humble yourself before God.
God will teach the make his ways.
God will teach you and make
if you approach God with a proud heart, arrogant heart,
you get arrogant heart,
he will not direct you.
He never show you.
Because the Bible says God resists the proud.
He said they resist somebody who is proud.
Give grace to the humble.
He give grace to somebody.
Number 6.
If
you want to pray for God to guide you,
you want pray may God guide you.
Pray with forgiveness.
You pray, you forgive other people.
11 verse 25.
Mark 11:25.
It says Mark 11:25.
Mark 11:25.
And when you stand praying, forgive.
When you team up and pray, forgive.
You want God to talk to you, forgive.
You want may God talk to you, forgive.
If you have aught against any,
if you get aught against anybody,
that your Father also which is in heaven may forgive your trespasses.
You papa then I heaven go forgive you.
You know why there are sometimes you will not get ear from God because of your sin.
You tremble, you know they hear from God that because of his sin.
He said the hand of God is not short that he cannot save.
God the hand not short not able for
his ears are not deaf that he cannot hear.
His ears not locked that he not able for
his eyes are not blind that he cannot see.
His eye not blind that he not able for
he said for your iniquities have separated you from God.
You see now you don't separate me from
so you don't need to be a sinner.
You don't need to be somebody.
He said your sin have separated you from God.
Your sin don't make her come up.
And when you call you will not hear.
When you call you never.
So for God to forgive you,
may God forgive you.
Have a forgiving heart.
You need for forgive.
Go before God and ask God to forgive you, forgive you, and have a forgiving heart.
Ask God, may God forgive you, and you shall get out.
The psalmist said, if I regard iniquity in my heart,
if I get sin in my heart.
Psalm 66 verse 18.
66 verse 18.
Said, God will not hear my prayer.
God not hear me prayer.
You are praying for God to guide you.
You pray may God guide
not
you.
Not to make a mistake you will regret in life.
Not for me make that mistake where you go regret.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I bless the Lord the way God has helped me to make decisions that are very important in my life.
I thank God for where God helped me for make decisions the way important.
So I prayed.
Some of them
I don't pray. I just keep my heart innocent.
I just make my heart innocent.
I just make sure I am ready to do what God says.
I make sure I am ready for do what thing God wants me to do.
I make up my mind that no man can take away what God will say to me.
I don't make up my mind. Nobody no go take what
I enjoy my Christian life with decisions I never regret.
I enjoy my Christian life with the decision that they make. I know they
since my youth relate to today.
Since me and me youth.
Since I know Jesus.
Since the time I be Jesus.
I realize that he guides me.
I not say they guide me.
He will tell me don't do this.
He tell me say not do it.
When I want to get married, he told me who to get married.
When I'm married, he tell me that for marriage.
He told me what I should not do.
He tell me what I not do.
He told me what I should do.
He tell me what I have to do.
And I did it.
And I do it.
Even to the dying moment.
Even the last moment.
Because I did it.
Because I
God
do it.
prosper my action.
God bless me till I do.
I have taken decision.
I don't make that decision.
In my life that's so risky.
In my life I say
I was not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
But because I prayed.
Because I pray.
Why some people are complaining and praying?
People they complain.
While others are gossiping and praying.
They Congo start praying.
While others are finding fault I'm on my knees.
They find
so when I rise up with my decision,
what him up with the
no one start obstacle can stand my way.
Nobody know the
Because I trust Jehovah.
Because I trust Jehovah.
I trust the King of Kings.
I trust King of Kings.
I have many times I've taken decisions.
Many times the way they take
That those who oppose me,
the one the way they
come back and say thank God for you.
You say thank God for you.
I bless God for you.
We thank God for you.
And that's, I'm not just preaching story to you.
I'm not a preach story to you.
Decisions is important.
Decision they make it important.
It don't matter when you take decision.
It no matter how you take that
It is
decision.
God that matters.
Now God matters.
After God, people.
After God
In fact,
people.
after God is you.
After God na you.
After you people.
After you na the people.
Am I speaking to
I
somebody?
dey talk to somebody.
What should you do when you want to pray for God to guide you?
What you dey do for me pray make God hear you.
Thanksgiving.
You dey pray dey tell God thank you.
Philippians 4:6 says, let your requests be made known with thanksgiving.
Make what you want to do with thanksgiving.
The Lord asked Solomon, what do you want me to do for you?
God asked Solomon, what you want me to do for you?
Before Solomon made his request,
Before he makes
he began to thank God.
he tell God
What
thank you.
God did for his father.
What he do for his
He began
papa?
to appreciate
He
God
dey appreciate
for
God
the past blessing.
for that blessing.
He began to worship
He
God.
dey worship
For
God.
God has made me king.
He don't make me
Now he
king.
say, God, this is what I want.
This na what I want.
The psalmist said, I will enter his gate with thanksgiving.
Say I dey enter na host
I
with
will enter his court with praises.
I dey enter